For Info Live TV, this is Adam Ross in Jerusalem, bringing you the latest news and analysis from Israel and the region, a region whose problems at the moment are dominated by Iran. Now, this week, Shimon Peres made the statement that Israel had the ability to wipe Iran from the map. And joining us with Info Live TV is Dr. Raanan Gissin, the chief advisor to the government. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening.
Now, is this announcement the official policy stance of the Olmert government?
Well, first of all, let me correct you. I don't think he said that Israel has the capability or wants to wipe Iran off the map. What he was referring to, and I think one should be very careful with those words, he was referring to the fact that a nation like Iran, which threatens other nations with annihilation or eradicating them off the map, and by the way, it's not just Israel that they're threatening. Ahmadinejad has a policy where he would like to erase Israel off the map and then erase the map of Western civilization as we know it. And what Peres was referring to in regards to that was simply that in the same manner that a country like Iran threatens to annihilate or destroy other nations, in the same manner, Iran can be destroyed by those nations that it threatens, but not necessarily Israel. Refer to the fact that the international community has in its power capabilities, either through sanctions or by other means, to threaten or to cause Iran to understand that what it offers to do to other nations can be done to Iran as well.
But this increase in military soundbites coming from Israel, are we now talking about the countdown to a strike?
Well, I don't think so. I think you have to take into consideration the political timetables and the political timing. This is the time in which the UN Security Council is about to take a major steps, or not, we don't know yet, with regard to imposing sanctions on Iran. There is the use of Chapter 7, which will enable the Security Council, if it does pass, to impose sanctions on Iran. So I think these statements that are coming from Israel or from other places are intended to put the necessary pressure on Iran in order to indicate to them that the world is dead serious when it says that Iran must cease from its secret nuclear program.
Do you think, as in 1981 when Israel did strike Iraq in Iraq, that the world is waiting for Israel to do the same?
Well, I think there's a certain image, and I think a distorted one, that Israel could be the whipping boy of the world. They used to have a commercial in the United States, the Mikey commercial, where the two brothers, they have a bowl of cereal, they don't like to eat it, they pass it on to Mikey, Mikey eats everything. Well, Israel refuses to be Mikey because this is not an Israeli problem. This is not even the problem of the Jews alone. This is the problem of the Western civilization, because what Iran is threatening to do to Israel, if not stopped, can be followed by other countries in the Middle East to other countries, and then we are entering a nuclear nightmare here in the Middle East. So I think the issue is much broader than just the question of does Israel going to do something about it. Look, I can say 65 years after the Holocaust, we are capable of defending ourselves, and we will know how to defend ourselves. But we are not leading this struggle. This struggle must be led by the world, the free world, led by the United States. And of course, we will be contributing to the efforts by the international community. But the problem is a global, a regional, and a global problem. It's not just Israel's problem.
Now, as we know, building a global coalition will prove very difficult. Iran having all sorts of holds over many different countries. Meir Dagan, the Mossad chief, was in America, in Washington, last week. Can we suggest that Israel and America have some sort of strategic alliance in dealing with this problem?
Well, we have a general strategic alliance, not just in dealing with that problem. We have various strategic issues in which we have very strong cooperation, as we have strong cooperation with other Western countries. We have similar cooperation with Britain. We have a similar exchange with France, with Germany, with Russia. So I think what you're seeing here is really the major effort by the world to decide what would be the optimal course of action to disrupt, to delay as much as possible from Iran to enter the nuclear weapons club. And that is something that the world must understand is very critical at this stage, because once Iran has nuclear weapons capability, it is not that they will mount the nuclear bomb on one of those Shihab missiles and send it immediately to Israel. They're not that stupid. But once they have nuclear capability, that could serve as a shield, which will enable them to spread out the tentacles of the Islamic Jihad terrorist groups that they operate around the world. Iran today is supporting over 40 terrorist groups around the world, from Gaza to Lebanon to Afghanistan to other places, and financing and supporting them. And the real threat is from these terrorist groups that may cause, let's say, a mega-terrorist attack with non-conventional weapons, and then, of course, the fingerprints will point to Iran, but Iran will have nuclear weapons. And when you think about trying to bring Iran to order or trying to retaliate, it's a different story when Iran has nuclear weapons than when it doesn't have nuclear weapons. And therefore, I think for the stability of the world, for the safety of Western democracies around the world, Iran must be stopped. Its nuclear program must be stopped. I can tell you one thing. Israel will know how to defend itself, and Israel will not tolerate a situation where Iran has nuclear weapons, operational nuclear weapons, that can threaten the very existence of the State of Israel.
Well, Dr. Gissin, thank you very much for joining us on Info Live TV. What's for sure is that Iran has dominated the news here, and I'm sure will continue to dominate the news. Once again, thanks for your time and for answering our questions.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Thank you.